Hello everyone, Trophy Wine Hunter. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my update for November of 2024. So what's happening this month? A lot of exciting things. We're getting ready for the Christmas holiday season. So there's going to be a lot of videos on what to buy for gifting. I'm going to try and do some videos on both gifting for the kind of value market, gifting for the high-end market, and then also preparing for New Year's. I might do some videos on that, and you'll see those stories also in my columns in the Richmond News. I also want to go over a trophy wine night I had with one of my really good friends who brought some spectacular wines. I have a tasting of the Garage de Rose 2017. I hope to get to some of the wines from my my latest trophy wine hunt. I am going to be doing a series on Blue Mountain, so all their reserve wines, and it's going to be really interesting because they've sent me 4 of their Pinot Noir reserve wines and then a few of their Chardonnay wines. So I'll do 2 separate kind of videos on that. I'm doing a video on Unshackled, which is a value wine under $50 in Canada, but for December or for the Christmas season. If you look at the bottle, it's beautiful. So it's from a Canadian street artist called Ben Johnson, and the bottle looks like a spray paint can. And actually, if you put a bottle inside of here and you shake it, it sounds like a spray paint can. And then the graffiti letters, it spells out fearless. So there'll be 1,000 of these available in BC liquor stores starting December 1st. I think this is a great gift idea. The wine itself is $35.99. I think you get this for free. So in select stores, if you can grab it, you get this metal canister for free. I have a number of wine nights coming up. So I'm excited to present those to you. I'm also going to an Inchcameep dinner. One of Inchcameep along with Blue Mountain are really good wineries that I really appreciate. So I'm going to hope to bring these to you, and whatever I drink along the way, I'm sure I'm going to have great things. I am going to have a poll out there. I have a special occasion coming up in December, and I'm going to poll people about December, probably the first week in December, with a lot of 83 Bordeaux's and which one people want to drink. I'm really interested in what people want me to drink on that special occasion, so we'll see what the results are, and then I'm going to drink that wine. Every month before I get to my end part of this video, which is what's on sale and kind of interesting at BC liquor stores, I talk a little bit about wine. And today I want to talk a little bit about my role as a what they call influencer, and I want to thank all my viewers and subscribers for supporting me and my channel, and that has created enough, I guess, publicity that some people think I'm an influencer, and that consequently means that some wineries do send me wines, and I want to walk through that process with people and how that happens, and how I feel about this. Because some people will say, well, Trophy, you're supposed to be independent and you're supposed to not take things and stuff like that. And so here's my view of things. I don't contact wineries and ask for things, but a lot of wineries and PR firms will come to me and offer things. And here's my position on that. I do a lot of research on wines. I'm very familiar with the wines, most wines. And if it's something that I already like and support, I'm happy to review it. There's never a commitment from my perspective to ever say something good about them or to publish them or do a review. Never have I had someone come to me and say, listen, you must do this if we give this product. And if that was the case, I would never do it. They always offer the product, and I tell them voluntarily how I deal with it, which is, I always say to them, I'm familiar with your product, but in the off chance that I do not like the product, I won't review it. I will give you my comments personally, but because I don't think it's fair for someone to send me a wine and then for me to publish it as something that's disrespectful to them. I think if they send me the wine and I don't like it, I think it's my job to kind of go back to them and let them know, in my personal opinion, what I think about the wine. And generally speaking, they're very supportive of that. They understand and they're appreciative. And it does happen once in a while. It doesn't happen a lot because, again, what happens is I do research my wines. I'm fairly familiar with different wines, and I know I can back the product, or unless there's something wrong with the bottle. So as an example, Blue Mountain has sent me these wines, and I'm very familiar with Blue Mountain. I actually buy Blue Mountain wines myself. And so for them to send me the wines is, to me, a real bonus. The advantage is that I would probably every year just buy whatever I normally buy, which is Pinot Blanc, Pinot Gris, some Chardonnay, and the estate or the reserve Pinot. And sometimes I'll buy a little bit of the blocks, the individual blocks. But by them sending to me, it actually allows me to actually taste the different wines, and then subsequently I can make better choices with my wine purchases. But that's why I feel okay about taking their wine, because it's a wine that I actually like already. So it's, and I think any other consumer would probably do the same thing. And if people get bothered by that and say, Trophy, you're selling out, okay, that's your prerogative. But just to let you know, I guess, how the wine world works, even Wine Spectator, they get paid. They don't just do that for free. They don't just go out and take wines that they like and just try and, you have to pay Wine Spectator to rate their wines. And so, of course, they're still independent, but it's not like they're not given wines. Most critics, most people that you see that are reviewing wines are given wines. Some wines at least. And if you see my channel, most of my wines I pay for myself, especially the expensive ones. But on occasion, I will take wines and I will review them. And I try to give my honest opinions. I try to let people know, and if you think that's going to influence my decision, then you can take that with a grain of salt. I always kind of also caveat that by, it's all my personal opinion. Do I have personal preferences? Of course. When a winery that I like offers to give me wine, is that flattering? Of course it is. And it's all really due to consumers and subscribers that view my channel. So I just want to be open about that. And I don't feel I have to hide anything about this. Again, most people understand with this channel, it's more for the passion. You can see, I'm sure you know that I don't make a ton of money with the number of subscribers that I have. My wines are at this point more expensive than what I make in residuals in YouTube. So money is not the reason that I do this. It's because of subscribers and viewers who are so good to me, who I learn so much from, who I feel such a connection with. That's why I continue to do it, because it's still fun for me. And when it becomes not fun, that's probably when I'll stop. And that's why you see, in fact, a lot of, I think, YouTubers stop because it's not fun, because maybe either they were doing it for money and they're not making money, or maybe it's just not their thing and it's really tough, right? It's to start to continue to produce content. For me, it's not that difficult to produce content because I do drink these wines. This is me. This is not really, I'm not doing anything for YouTube. This is what I regularly drink. This is what I do. And I'm just thrilled that I'm able to now even try more wines, and also through this channel have met a lot of people, either through just correspondence, or I've met subscribers in person, and it's really been, all the experiences that I have had have been really great. I will also mention that this wine is the same thing, and another example is that this wine was sent to me, and I love the packaging. I told them to send me the packaging, and that's what I've done with other wineries, saying, I'm familiar with the wine. They said, "Are you sure, Trophy? Why don't we send you the wine too?" And I said, fine. Again, I'm very familiar with The Prisoner and Unshackled. But again, if you're going to send me the wine, it's like, okay, I will try to taste it. And, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm going to be surprised either in the positive or negative way. But You know, I do try to be honest about this. Likewise, whenever someone does send me a wine, I don't gift it to other people. I don't send it to friends. I drink it personally, and I try to try every wine. So that's why I don't really take a lot of wines, because I do personally try everything that people send to me. I don't know if people are that interested in that, but I think that sometimes people are interested. Hey, what happens behind the scene? What motivates you, Trophy? How do you do these things? And I hope that gives you some insight into how I do things. Again, to me, this channel is a passion. It's not about money. I have a regular job. So it's more about passion, and it really is about, I really do truly enjoy interacting with viewers and subscribers. All the questions are really good, and even when I'm wrong, they'll tell me in a very polite manner, but I learn so much. It's really fun for me every day to wake up and I see these comments, and they're always great questions or really good discussions. So to me, that's really exciting, because I get to talk about wine to people that are passionate about wine. And it's, to me, just fun. It's really geeky, but that's my motivation in this channel. And so that's why you'll see my content I don't make content for views. I make content for what I drink. This is me and what is interesting to me. And I hope that viewers and subscribers enjoy that. I know what things will create more views. I know how to do that. I could get more professional help to do my social media, but that's not my thing. And not that I'm disrespecting any other YouTube channel, but again, going back to other things that I've said in the past, I believe there needs to be a variety of mediums, views on YouTube. So it's interesting, because if everyone reviews the same wines, has the same viewpoint, I think that's kind of boring. And what I try to do is fill a hole that other YouTube channels don't provide. And in particular, I review a lot of older wines, and I review different wines at different times. And also I review kind of weird wines like Swiss wines. You know, just do things that I hope are interesting to other people. So hope everyone enjoys what I do. And again, I'm so appreciative of all the great comments and the friendships that I have developed. Although some of you I've never met, I do feel that I have a bond with you, and I really appreciate the comments and a lot of the encouragement. A lot of times you guys are just writing in, being encouraging, saying, great video, give me some thumbs up, or just comments to make sure that, that even comments, just to let you know, are very positive for me, because that means someone's watching. And when people make kind of upsetting comments, I am upset. And so that I commented on one of my channels, someone said something kind of not too nice about me. And I told them, like, you know, if that was, I don't know what the point was, it had nothing to do with the video, but if your point was to make me upset, yeah, you made me upset. So congratulations, you made me upset. And I have very few of these viewers or subscribers here in my channel, and that's what I'm really appreciative. My viewers and subscribers are so knowledgeable and so polite, and their thought process is really intellectual for me. It's really fun, and I really appreciate it. So the rest of this video is going to be for my BC viewers and subscribers, although I know a lot of people around the world like to know what's the pricing in BC and what's available here. And so I hope you enjoy that. And until next time, happy drinking. Here's what's on sale or new in BC liquor stores for the month of November 2024. Again, these are shots from the Arbutus BC liquor store branch. It's fairly new. The product consultant there is Andre. He's excellent, very knowledgeable, and I think the way that the store is organized, because it's a new store, is really easy to spot good deals and things like that. So I've been having very good success over the last 2 months doing these videos there because it's really clear what's on sale. They do have a lot of the value wines that are very well priced. So the first one is Gabbiano. So this is a producer that I really like. This is Chianti Classico, straightforward, but it's their Reserva. It's produced from $29.99 to $22.99, 93-point wine spectator rating. Chianti Classico, it's a Reserva, and very easy drinking. It'll drink with Chianti Classico. You can have high alcohol, great tannins. This is a very good quality value producer. I always think their wines are great, but this year is especially good. They're 2018. It'll drink for many years. It's nice to stock up on a wine like this, a value wine like this over the Christmas season. Next wine, another great value. It is the Cantina Tolo 2021 Montepulciano d'Abruzzi, Vetram Edizione Limitata. It's reduced from $14.99 to $12.99. So Cantina Tolo is a well-known estate from the Montepulciano d'Abruzzi region. The grape type is Montepulciano. Cantina Tolo started in 1960, and I think this is kind of their entry-level wine, and that's why it's kind of a limited edition. It's kind of a spec thing for them. They're more a mid-level producer, so this is really an entry wine for them. It's got a good wine spectator rating, 88 points. You can drink right away, and with Montepulciano, it's always deeply colored with pepper and spice notes. It's a fairly rustic wine, but it's great with food. Next wine, another great deal. This is the Astrolabe 2023 Sauvignon Blanc from the Marlborough region in New Zealand. So this winery is not as well known as some of the wineries like Cloudy Bay, but it's a kind of an up-and-coming winery that I don't think people have realized is this great quality. So you're getting a little price reduction as compared to Cloudy Bay, but they produce some great wines, 93-point wine spectator rating. Reduced this month from $26.99 to $24.99. So if you're into Cloudy Bay like I am, now it's got up to almost like $45 a bottle. And this wine, Astrolabe, is making some very, very comparable wines in terms of quality. So it's almost like half the price, and get it well before it becomes also escalated in pricing. Next up is the Umani Ranchi 2022 Castel di Serra Verdicchio Classico Superior. It is a wine that's reduced this month from $21.99 to $19.99. Another one of these interesting Italian grape varietals, Verdicchio. Umani Ranchi is a very well-known value producer, so the taste profile of Verdicchio is going to be a little bit of almond, peach, lemon grind, or lemon curd. It's going to be fairly light-bodied, medium to high acidity, and not that sweet. So kind of, in my mind, almost like a Pinot Blanc with a little bit more of a acidic touch to it. But really interesting grape varietal, and great kind of food wine for kind of lighter appetizers, for cheeses or salads. Next wine is from the Burgundy release, and normally I wouldn't buy Burgundy wines, but Andre let me taste these wines at the tasting bar at the Arbutus store, and that is, to me, a real advantage because then you actually know what you're buying. So this is a really well-priced wine. It's the Aligoté grape, which I'm very interested into. It is the producer Chateau de la Graffier, and it's 2021, the Aligoté. It's reduced this month from $29.99 to $28.99. And normally I wouldn't take a chance with a wine that I just don't know anything about. I know the Aligoté grape is a nice replacement to Chardonnay. If people are kind of bored about Chardonnay, it's much more lemony and citrusy compared to Chardonnay, and doesn't have the same oak influence. So I think this is a really well priced wine. I actually really enjoyed it. I like the acidity of this wine, I like the citrusy elements. There are some white flowers in the aromas, and so quite liked it. Maybe a little bit of ash actually we picked up at the in the aftertaste, which is a good characteristic in my opinion. Kind of like grainy or sandy or soily, which gives it a little bit of character. So I would check out this wine. And the last one I'm going to recommend again is something I tasted at the Arbutus store, and that's the advantage I can actually taste beforehand. It's the 2020 Mercury from the producers Michel Joulot. I don't know a lot about the producer, and that's why it's great that I got to taste it myself. It's $55.99, and normally, again, just buying without any knowledge or just based on a label, it would be hard for me to do. But since I've tasted it, I do know what it tastes like, and I do think it's a pretty reasonable price. It's quite aromatic. It's quite aromatic, and it's got a lot of fruit on this wine, a lot of red fruit, and so I actually think it's quite an easy drinking wine and very approachable at this point. So I think for people that are kind of just getting into Burgundy, this is a nice entry point. It is from the Côte Chalonnaise region, which is kind of a more value region of Burgundy that you can get into, and it is fairly expressive in terms of fruit content, so it's easy for people to kind of accept. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, happy drinking.